Hey, welcome back to another Businessology lesson. Today we're going to talk about a word I use a lot. It's called clarity. You've heard of this word. I'm going to attempt to describe and define what this word is. I use it a lot. It was helpful for me to think through what actually is clarity. So I'm going to walk through it with you. Now, I have a pretty long definition that I typed out, so I'm going to read it to you. So this is clarity. Clarity is being able to relay information to someone without the bias of your own lenses warping your communication so that they understand what actions to take next without looping back for further clarification. So there's a lot of pieces to clarity, and I'm going to break those down. Let me just say this definition I'm attempting to write down is meant to be a perfect definition, right? So if you were being perfectly clear, these are the things you would be doing all the time. You're never doing these all the time. So nobody does. This is just something to work on. And if you're hitting 50, 75% of these, you're going to be doing pretty good. So what I read through, there were 4 different parts. So the first part of clarity is the relay of information to someone so that they understand. And so this is really understanding the context of what they know in that certain circumstance or situation, using words they understand. In our firm, we like to develop a little bit of our own language. That's one way you can gain clarity because language, acronyms, these are shortcuts to understanding. And so in our firm, we like to really talk a lot about what do we mean when we say do this, and do you understand what I mean when I say do this? So when we do that, we can more quickly communicate information so that they've gotten it. They've gotten it really quick. Now, for a brand new piece of information where somebody doesn't understand, they may lack context. And so you have to give context. So what is context? That's actually what I call wrapping information around some other piece of information, which gives that original piece of information. It helps it make more sense, basically, is what that is. So that's the first one, is just the relay of information from one person to another so that they get it. They understand the thing that you just told them. So that's point number 1. And we fail and break down there pretty often, right? We don't know, like, what are you talking about? That's just missing the point on number 1. Number 2 is relaying information that is void of your own lens or bias. Now, I'll say that's a really great coaching definition, right? Because when you're coaching, you're really trying to move the person you're coaching forward. Your goal is to move them away from a position they're in to another position. And often you want to do that without getting your own lens or bias in the way, because they'll pick up on that. So they'll trigger into the fact that you're trying to get them to do what you want them to do. And that's not what coaches do when they're clearly communicating. They're trying to get that person to move forward in the way that they think is best for them to move forward in their life. So what we want to do is we want to help them move forward in a way that is best for them or is for the greater good of, something they're attempting to do. So if they're working in a company, you're the boss, they're an employee, and you're trying to move them forward. You're trying to move them forward in a way that is best for the organization, right? Not what is best for you personally. You don't want to get them, like, for example, to write an email the way you write it. Being clear and communicating with somebody is helping them write emails in the way that they feel most comfortable, and they can communicate information in the way that they do it. So taking your own bias out of something when you communicate is a real key. So there's a lot of maturity in being able to do that, because you feel comfortable enough going, maybe the way I want to do it is not right. So let's let them be who they are and communicate things that will help them move forward without a bias of what we want. So number 1 is relaying information so that they understand. Number 2 that we just said was relaying that information without it having your own bias or lens in it. And then number 3 is helping them take action on the information shared. And this is something we have to work hard in our firm. We're always working on who is taking action on the knowledge that was just documented. So we'll come out of a kickoff meeting. There'll be a lot of notes. We'll put them in our online chat system and we'll list them out. And we want to see somebody pick up that ball and run with it. So a lot of times me and my partner or the leadership team are going, And what's next? So, where are you putting this? Are you putting this in ClickUp? Are you moving this forward in the process? What's the date of when this will move forward? So clarity has a lot to do with seeing something, pick up information and move it forward, almost like a soccer ball that they're kicking down the field. You want to move that ball forward, and information, a soccer ball, just sits there unless somebody acts upon it and moves it forward. So information is clearly being delivered when they know how to move it forward and take action on it. So that's number 3. And then the fourth one is you've communicated so well, there's such clarity, they don't need to loop back or follow up or clarify. So I'm using the word in the definition. We're not supposed to do that, right? So I'm defining clarity, but I'm saying you don't want people to loop back and clarify what you were talking about. You want to get it right the first time. So that responsibility is on the deliverer of that information. So you, as the one delivering information and trying to be clear, it's on you to do it right the first time, because that produces a lot of efficiency in our work. And we struggle with that, right? There's a lot of reasons why we actually don't deliver it right the first time. Sometimes we're overwhelmed, we're stressed, we're worried, or we're ready to stop working or whatever it is. And so we get lazy in how we deliver information, and we're not clear because we just blurt it out. Our team does that a lot. Our firm is virtual, and what that means is a lot of knowledge movement is done through typing. So we type into our chat systems. And so some people write better than other people. And so it's not clear communication when somebody says something and then you go, what did you mean? And sometimes we'll have these long threads and we'll go, and we're just like looping back and forth. And then somebody's got to go, wait, y'all, we need to just hop on a call. Right? So you can hop on a call and really get clear and have conversations about what you were talking about. So that's clarity, something we don't always gain, but something we're always shooting for. And I'll say those again. Here's the definition of clarity. Clarity is being able to relay information to someone without the bias of your own lens, warping your communication so that they understand what action to take next on that information without looping back for further clarification. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about clarity, something that I struggle with, but I hope it also helps you slow down and actually start delivering information that can move forward without looping back. And you can start to be more efficient in your communication. Thanks for joining us.